back into the Fire Emblem Three Houses character bios. This time the four Hounds. This is far from the first Fire Emblem game to give us a team of four villains. There just kind of seems to be a bit of a trend that's kind of died out recently. So we're kind of going back to the old days. Four riders are the big ones for me, but Alib did it as well. I forgot what they were called, to be completely honest. But the four riders from Fire Emblem Gradients is what I go right back to. So these four are the four Hounds. They're going to be characters from Gradlon, who, or at least are living there. Maybe they weren't born there, but they formed this team. They worship the Fell Dragon together, and that seems to be what kind of bonds them. The Fell Dragon is named Sombrin, so that's what you need to know there. He's the red-haired guy we see in the trailers. But the four Hounds are set on waking him up. That is their main goal in life, at least right now. So Gradlon is that little black part of the map that we see in the trailers. But Gradlon is a land in ruins. It's the home of the Fell Dragon who rose from the depths of the earth and tried to invade the continent of Helios 1,000 years ago. Through the power of the divine dragon and the emblem rings, it now lies sealed beneath the seabed of Lethos. So it was at the center of the mural, but now here it is on its own, and it doesn't seem like a very livable place. I gotta be honest. The sparks and flames and stuff coming out of there looks really unpleasant, I think, but you know, maybe that's a little bit biased from the people who wrote it. Maybe we'll learn that it's not actually as dark as we like to say it is. I want to talk about the leader of the Four Hounds last. So we'll get started with the second in command, actually, with Gris. So Gris looks a lot like Hubert. Gris is a loyal member of the Four Hounds who plot to resurrect the Fell Dragon, a violent and utterly deranged wielder of magic. Hubert wasn't exactly utterly deranged. He had a violent streak, but that was mainly for Edelgard, to serve her and whatnot. This guy seems like he's just kind of naturally violent, but they work with him anyway. He seems to be a major member. They put a lot of focus on him, but we don't actually know that he's like the right hand or anything like that. Design-wise, he reminds me of Hubert, but, different. I don't know exactly how else to phrase that. But yeah, the dragon tattoo is pretty cool. Fitting for someone who wants to resurrect a fell demon dragon. He looks like a bad guy, he's probably going to be fun to fight. I'm sure we'll fight him a few times. Through Gris, we learned that 3 of the members are human, but Zephia is very likely a descendant of Sombrin. So I think there's a really good chance that Zephia is kind of a counter to Alir, with Alir being a descendant of Lumiere. Alright, Mauvert. Mauvert is a member of the Four Hounds who plot to resurrect the Fell Dragon. He's a loyal, honest, and simple warrior. He seems pretty simple. I mean, just from his design, it's not a bad design, but he's wearing the crest of a Gradlon, and otherwise is in silver armor with some spikes. Actually kind of reminds me of a Frederick's design, but obviously much different hair and a completely different goal. He's not striking to me. Like, he looks very plain. Not to say that's a bad thing. Not every character needs to be super over the top. This game's had so many outrageous designs that this, for me, felt very plain. Again, plain isn't a bad thing. Especially, honestly, him being one of the more plain characters in this game might make him stand out in the long run. He definitely seems like the most normal of the group. Now, that's all I've got going for those two. Not bad. Not bad characters at all, just there wasn't a lot for me to go off of, personally speaking. And then we have another one of the Four Hounds, Marty. Marty is a member of the Four Hounds who plot to resurrect the Fell Dragon. She's an armored knight who's full of confidence and prone to mood swings. So, one really cool thing is that, from a glance, her outfit looks like a dress, but if you actually look closer, you can see the markings and stuff. This is armor. Like, it is made to look like bows, but are actually armor. Other than that, she just looks like kind of a small, younger villain. So, not super memorable to me, but she does look young, and a lot of the villains are kind of older, so that's interesting. Like, she's the essentially youngest designed villain that we have in Fire Emblem right now, which is saying a lot, kind of. It's also said that she does look down on others, so she's very powerful in. So we're probably going to get her talking down to us quite a bit, which is going to be frustrating and make her a villain that we're more excited to take down. But now, as for the big leader, Zephyr, who I believe will be our half sister or something, that's completely my theory, though. There's no actual evidence. It's just I think that they're both descended from Sombra. But Zephyr is the leader of the four hounds who plot to resurrect Fell Dragon. She's a descendant of the Demon Dragon clan who lived for millennia and has been working in the shadow to collect the emblem rings. Shadows, that's plural. But anyway, we both want to collect the emblem rings. She's descended from the demon dragons. We're descended from the divine dragons. We both live for millennia. I think the leader is going to be kind of the culmination. He or she's going to be the descendant of both, but that's the theory. Now, as for Zephyr, I mean, she looks really cool. The horns are awesome. She looks like a very memorable villain. Someone that I don't think is the main villain of the game. Even aside from Sombra, like obviously her goal is to resurrect Sombra, so Sombra's gonna be like the final boss. But I feel like we might find out she's actually more sympathetic than we gave her credit for, and she has regrets, or she maybe like I said earlier, maybe Gradlon's not actually as bad as it seems, and she just wants her home to be safe. Like I think there's gonna be something more to her, and I could be wrong there, especially because a lot of this game's story does seem straightforward. So maybe looking for a second layer in a character is wrong. Gonna send me up the wrong trail, but it seems like there's gonna be more to her, in my opinion. She's not exactly a Garthin, like really scary looking villain. And Fire Emblem, at least historically, likes to make its villains very clear, like scary and mean looking, you know. So that's honestly the main reason I think that she's not gonna be so bad. People curious about the naming scheme. Their names actually come from Sepia, Gris, Marin, and Mauve, which are colors. They are named after color wheels. Sepia is a specific sort of brown, like that is made of seen in like filters and stuff. So, but then Marin is also just more of the straight up brown. Gris is gray, and Mauve is purple. So purple, grays, and browns might be what kind of paints Gradlon. But those are the four characters that we have. And then again, Sombra, the one the one that want to resurrect, is their big old demon dragon guy. He's the real evil. Um, but that's the four hounds. It's all I got for you today. Thank you. Until next time.